Good morning, good afternoon, guys, and good evening, depending on when you're watching this video. If today is your first time coming across my channel, you can hit the subscribe button, put on the notification bell so that anytime I post videos like this, you can be part of those who will first watch it and then apply the information and then make sure you see yourself making good results from this information. Disclaimer: this is not a financial advice. This is mainly for educational purpose. Now, using the system I call the A2 learning system, which I programmed myself, for those of you who are still battling understanding how to trade the forex market, synthetic market, or the crypto market, I received a notification on my mobile phone that I should buy VIX 751S, which is one of the derivative pair. And mind you, this is price action. It has nothing to do with using lagging indicators. And this can also occur on any pair or any asset. So you can learn one or two from this and then apply it when you see similar scenarios. Now, when I looked at the chart, this is a plain chart. I started with the 4-hour to see what is happening, right? Now, I noticed on the 4-hour, price broke structure towards the upside, right? And then we expect price to come back to the demand zone. If we are to mark the demand zone, we'll say here is the demand zone because that was where we noticed the impulse move, right? Where price moved all the way up. Which means if we had set a sell limit on this fair value gap, right? This is a fair value gap. I think I made this video on, it was also one of these videos when I was explaining something on understanding other blocks that has a fair value gap. So at first, this is the fair value gap. We expect price to tap into this zone, then bounce from there, right? But funny enough, price didn't. If price has triggered our entry, even if we use the H4, just like the normal way we apply this on everyday trading, if we had applied the buy limit here directly from the H4, automatically it means we will have made huge losses because where are we going to put our SL? That means stop loss. Our SL will be resting around this zone. So at this point, we'll be running a very, very massive drawdown. So as a new trader who is learning the forex market using the smart money concepts, supply zone and demand zone, there are some certain things you need to understand, which you need to check. So as a result of that, I built my own system for educating new traders. Exactly. So when I install the system there on the chart, if you want to get more information about how the system works, check the description below to my Telegram channel. I made videos explaining how the system works. So when I install the system, I start to see the information in different dimensions. The first is that price was at a premium level. So which means any possible reversal for price here is very possible. Exactly. It's very possible for price to change from bullish to bearish, converting this bullish order block we cited initially to a breaker block. So cases like this, it is not usually safe to just trade or place a buy immediately. Exactly. It is not safe or ideal to place the buy immediately. But let's go down to 1 hour time frame And then let's see what the information looks like on the 1 hour chart, right? Let's see what the information looks like on the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, we can see that the current point where price is, which is the H4 demand zone, the H1 also have a demand zone resting there, making that side a very solid or concrete point where price could what buy. So, and this was what prompted the trigger of buy entry. This is my system here, right? It alerts me that there's possibility of buy on 1 hour POI. All this I have explained how the system works in my channel. There's a video on my channel where you can see the information. So as it is now, it's saying I should buy, right? It's saying buy this pair, and we don't just place buy. There are certain things you need to see. Yes, we confirm that on the H1 price is at a discount level where we can easily get buying opportunities from, right? That means on this zone there's possibility of buying, making the H4 order block an area where there's a possibility of buy. So, but if you check this point here, the system is telling me that I should wait for price to close above this level, which is the entry time frame, before I considering taking any buy. So I'll now decide to go further down to the entry time frame, which is the 5-minute time frame allocated to that POI. And let's see what price is doing on 5-minute time frame. Right? Remember that price is at a premium zone on the H4. On the H1, price was at the discount zone. And the entry is giving us is what? A buy. So on the H5 now, I can see a supply zone, right? If you take it or leave it, this is a supply zone resting inside the H4. I'm sorry, M5, which is the entry time frame. So I believe the entry time frame, which this level is telling us. Let's check the level. It said price should close above 6740.81. 6740.81 is suspecting a reversal from that point. Let's check again. 6740.81. So let's 6740.81 should be 67 is around this point. So it means the system can cite a supply zone. So if price should eventually end up closing above this supply zone now, are you getting me? If price should end up closing above this supply zone now, it's going to convert it into a bullish breaker block. So we can leverage on that, right? Because currently now I can see a bearish breaker block where this system is forming, and immediately it evaluates this bearish breaker block we are seeing here. This bearish breaker block is coming from the H1. If price evaluates this bearish breaker block, converting this its own supply zone to a bullish breaker block, then we can leverage on it, right? We can sense, okay, there is a possibility of what? Price buying all the way up. And if the price is buying, definitely price is going to a certain key level. Now, when you look here, I can see on the 5 minutes, I can see the H1 key level, which is a resistance point, right? Which is a resistance point. That means there's possibility this price could buy up to this point, and if it has any means of reversing, then it reverses. But why are we modifying all this information down to the entry time frame? For clarity's sake, this is to minimize that stop loss you will have eventually placed on your 4-hour time frame bullish order block, and also losing the trade with a massive drawdown. I believe you are getting what I'm saying now, that if you had proceeded further to go and place a buy or a pending limit, that is a buy limit on your H4, because you cited the bullish broker order block, you will have ended up losing that trade. So This is the reason why you modify your high time frame POI. That means point of entry. Is that clear? Then coming down to this 5 minutes again, we cited is telling us that there is hunt stop, that this stop hunt has been taken out. So anything that make price close above this level now, then it retraces back. We can place a buy, put our stop loss here, then target the H1 key level, which we cited above. Meaning that all these supply zone, all these zones that look like supply will end up as liquidity. So every trader who places a sell limit at this point, believing price will reverse, price will use them as liquidity. This is why you need to have a concrete system in place to understand how the forex market works, not just because you want to trade forex and then you are using all these lagging indicators. Are you getting me now? So this system is developed for teaching. Now, it makes you understand that, okay, what you are doing is proper. You are not just buying because the system say buy. We did some analysis from the most high time frame, which is the H4, right? That's why the price at a premium level in H4 doesn't mean we can't get opportunity to buy on our lower time frame. But what we were going to avoid is the risk involved. So that stop loss will have placed, which will have been a massive drawdown to end our account or definitely blow off your account, will have come down to M5 and then minimize the risk. In fact, you can go further as putting your stop loss few pips below this swing, because if it's going to use this breaker block, it's going to create here now. We don't expect price to come deeper to this point because it just have to retest the breaker block and then keep pushing. So if price eventually comes and take you out from here, you might be losing just $1, $2 compared to that $50 or $60 you will have lost from your H4 analysis and entry time frame. So this is why we keep telling you that trading has to do with serious clarity, right? You have to understand what price is doing at the moment, where price is going next, and how you as an individual you should approach the system, approach the price, so that you don't end up being used as liquidity. So for those of you who have this peer now or this system, I believe you understand what I'm saying. Now, if you look, it has created a breaker block for us. It might not be visible. Let me zoom out a bit. Now, you see inside this point, it has created a breaker block. This breaker block, because price has closed above there. So we'll be expecting a retracement into that zone. Let's say we expect price to retrace up to this level, because, or let's use our OCL to do entry. So when price retrace down to this level, we can definitely do what? Place our buy, and then we hold the trade all the way up to that key level we saw earlier on. So by so doing, it reduces risk and then make you trade like an advanced trader you ought to be, not a scalper who is trading the wrong zone and the wrong time. So if you are scared of holding the trade up to that point, come to this section where we have the details here on the H1, because the details are already prepared waiting for you at this level. Now it's going to tell you the reversal point you are going to meet. That means the areas where price is definitely going to bounce off from. Are you getting now? It's going to tell you, okay, when price comes to this zone, expect it to bounce up from this point. Are you getting? Then it's going to tell you some other liquidity awaiting, which you can use your TP. It will also give you a safe TP level. That means when you take your entry at that point, make sure you exit at this safe TP for price to what? Push to the upside. So the system is available if you need more information on how it works and how you can join the training, because when you join the training, that is when you have access to the system, and then you can also analyze any pair of your choice, be it forex, be it synthetic of any type, either wet trade or any synthetic so far, even crypto market, with this same system, and then you can get absolute results from it. Are you getting me? So if you still want more details, you can check the description below. There is a Telegram channel there. When you enter the Telegram channel, there are videos or on this channel or on the Telegram channel, where you get to understand how it works and then what the system is all about. But if you want to own or get part of it, want to have access to it, maybe probably you want to use it to learn for some period of time, then you can message me using my WhatsApp number, also in the description below. Is that clear? So for those of you who are already using the system, you can see how we're able to access the information and modify it to this point. So not you having it and just going straight to your entry time frame and then you place orders ASAP. You have to do analysis. You have to do what? Analysis. Now, talking about this entry again, before price comes here, it's going to generate what we call liquidity. Yes, it's going to generate liquidity that this breaker block is going to be holding. Now, the liquidity you see, you may see a retracement that will come close to it, which will not tap into it, then go back, and finally comes and tap into that zone before price goes. So every point of entry in forex trading, whichever trading, that is going to be of great uh, uh, result, or that's going to give you great result, must create liquidity. And if you study chart pattern, after your analysis, if you study chart pattern, you can see that what price is trying to create here is what we call the W pattern on this M5. That means double bottom pattern, right? So these are things we put into consideration, reducing our risk, and at the same time making sure we understand detailed analysis of what price is doing at a given time. This can be done on any pair. Now, when you put your stop loss, let's say somewhere around here, because this is the zone we are expecting price to bounce from. We are not expecting it to come up to this point, right? Stop loss. If price will come and take you out and close, one, your stop loss is very little. That means what you're going to be losing on this M5 will be very minimal compared to what you are going to lose on the other end. And if price go to your take profit, the take profit is very, very, very what? Massive. Now, for another uh for another this thing, let's do this analysis. We can use this particular software here, the Fibonacci retracement level, to see where we are going to enter from. Now let's take this. This is our high bar. Let's take this high. Let's take the level for that high. If we want to go deeper into the analysis, let's say we take this swing high. This swing high as 67.40. So let's enter it on H1. 67.40.00. Let's just use the random digits. 0.00. And then let's take the value for the extreme low, which is the last point here, which is 65.85. 65.85. 65.85.00 as well. Then let's on our Fibo. This is, we are using 0.5. Then let's on the Fibo to see, to give us entry point, right? Can you see now? The system is saying we should enter at this premium zone, right? That means price should come to this premium zone. So you can also wait, since your stop loss is resting below here, but don't forget it's going to be a breaker block entry, so price may not come to this level. Don't be surprised. It's a breaker block entry and we can already cite where the breaker block is. Are you getting me now? But should, in case we want to play safe, we can put it doesn't still affect our stop loss. You can wait and see what price is going to do, if it's going to go deeper, right, once it comes to this zone. But for me, I'm going to use the breaker block zone as my entry and then take price all the way to the top. Exactly. So we are using the breaker block, not the other block. It's going to be the breaker block. It's when you're using the other block that this has high probability of going, but we are going to be using the breaker block entry. Breaker block entry. It doesn't still affect your stop loss. So you can see now all this thing is creating here is called the reversal inducement, which is called transactional inducement. So if it creates it, It can go up a little bit, then you see it rally back into that zone. Then we expect it to buy from there. All the same, just keep watching how it goes before you take trade. But what matters most is we've done our analysis, because this is what we got here. It's telling us to buy. This is telling us to buy, right? It's telling us to buy, and the price has broken above that level. So it's just waiting for reaction for price to tap into that zone and then push up all the way. So this is how you should program yourself. You know already, you know how much you are going to be losing, which is not much to what you will have lost if you use the H4 entry direct. Then you can see your profit, because we are going to be using key level, which is this key level. Our target is this key level. Though it has a fair value gap, it has a supply zone which is around the equilibrium level of the H1, I guess. Equilibrium level of the H1. So, but that key level is what we should anticipate for. But if you are scared, you can use break even to follow the trade up to that zone. So this is how you can use this system to learn forex trading, so that when next you approach the charts, you won't approach the charts like a novice or using all those lagging software which has no guarantee for you. Exactly. And remember, I told you it works on any time frame, on any pair, in as much as you can access it on MT5, because it is purely MT5 coded system. Exactly. So this break of structure which creates what's it called, order block here. If you go down to your 1 minute time frame, already this is order block. But for the H5, for the M5 now, this is where the original block is. So if it breaks here, we are expecting it to come to our 1 minute entry order block on 1 minute. That is where we are seeing our breaker block on 1 minute. That is where our order block is. That breaker block on 5 minutes aligns with 1 minute order block. So I won't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to pause it here. But if you have any question, any information you want to get, just make sure you message me on my WhatsApp. Check the description below. You see my WhatsApp number. And then if you want to watch more information regarding this system, the videos are on this channel. It's also on the Telegram channel where you can watch them. And then whatever you decide, you can then definitely go ahead to message me. Exactly. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. And if you are watching